there, you guys. Welcome back. Happy Saturday. It's Saturday morning. Well, that's when I'm uploading this video. I'm dressed in my PJ pants. It's a comfy morning. And we're in the grow space. Can't get much better than this. So, I wanted to share with you a few things. One, I got some mail. Two, I had a mishap. If you follow me on Facebook, you know about this mishap with this Oncidium type orchid. This is the second time this has happened to me. As you probably know, I use these pots that don't have holes, they don't have drainage holes. I fill them up with water and then I let my orchids soak in the water. That's how I water them. And occasionally I forget about them. And this one was in the water for about 2 days. So this isn't as bad as the last time I left them sitting and soaking. The last time I left it in it for about a week. The problem is, this is my grow space is in the basement, as you know. I live upstairs, and if I get called away by something shiny, I don't know, in the morning, sometimes I come down and I'll water some plants and just see how things are growing. But most of the times, I come down here on the weekends. I kind of assume that everything's gonna stay okay, and occasionally I'll pop down because I work strange hours. By the time I get home, it's dinner time, and then it's bedtime, and then in the morning I just don't really want to think about stuff. So anyway, occasionally I do forget about things, and that's unfortunate. I try not to. Usually my rule is to leave the, if I'm down here watering stuff, I'll try to leave the light on, so that if I leave for work and the light's on, I have to turn it off, but I have to remember why I had the light on. So usually that reminds me to come down and take things out, or at least see what's going on. But this one, sadly, didn't get that reminder, and it was here for 2 days. So this is a new one that I got. This was an eBay purchase. Healthy plant. It's doing really well. It has this new growth on it. Looking so good. But I ended up removing the plant from the soil, or sorry, from the pot, and just letting it dry down naturally. I should have removed all of the media from the roots so that it lost all contact. But some of the roots still look okay. Not everything is dead, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to let this sit for maybe a week. Then I'm going to remove all the dead or yucky looking roots, and then I'm going to repot it again. And time will tell. I think everything will be just fine. The orchids are pretty resilient. You don't want to pot it back into a moist medium after this happens. You want to make sure to remove all the rotting stuff, because that rot and fungal problem might end up killing your plant if you leave it. But we'll remove it, and hopefully everything is good. So if you're following me on Facebook, you probably saw this already. Just wanted to show you in person. It's an Oncidium type orchid. So fingers crossed that's going to be okay. Another one is I got some mail. Ken, if you're watching, thank you so much for sending me these Venus flytrap seeds. It was so nice. He was watching one of my Venus flytrap videos, and he found out that Venus flytraps always seem to die for me. And he said, everybody deserves a second chance. And that is, it's so true. When it comes to plants, you don't necessarily know how to look after something the first time, but you kind of learn from your mistakes, and you start to progress and figure out how things work, and then, I don't know, you get the knack for it, and then it becomes easy. Second nature almost. So he sent me some seeds for Venus flytraps. I haven't opened this yet. I have a little note. Let me see here. I might not read it. These seeds are harvested from one of the most recommended vendors here in the US. All hearts are crossed that these sprout. That is so nice. Thank you so much. My fingers are crossed too. I've been doing some research on these little guys, and one thing that I have noticed, these plants do require a dormancy period when they're growing, but the seeds don't require a dormancy period or a stratification period in order to sprout. So that is a benefit for me. I don't have to put them in the fridge, I don't have to put them in the freezer, I don't have to soak them for days, I don't have to do anything like that. So that makes it a lot easier. So anyway, I've got a mix of perlite and peat moss here that we pre-mixed actually when we were doing the butterwort videos. Been doing a lot of carnivorous videos lately. I also got, and this is kind of what made me want to put this on video, I got these cool, a dollar store find. It's a mini plant growing pot. Normally the dollar store stuff doesn't really strike my fancy, but this was really cool, and it was only $2. There's 3 pots in here. Let me open it up. They come with little lids. I thought, hey, you know, you need to keep the high humidity with these guys. Why the heck not? The dollar store, $2! It's kind of a flimsy plastic. These are actually harder plastic. But the dome, it's got a little ventilation hole at the top. I don't know if you can see that. There you go. Where you can spin it to allow humidity in or out. So that's fantastic. So I'm gonna play with these. The only thing that it kind of rests on top. It doesn't click in place, but that can be a good thing. I don't know whether you've ever experienced growing seedlings in say a margarine container or one of those clear margarine-like containers. And your little babies are in there and you're like, I need to water, I want to figure out whether things are okay. You try to open it up and it doesn't open right away, and then you get that fling right open, and then the soil moves all around and your seeds are buried, and then you got to try to fix things. Turns into a big frustrating mess. I don't know, it might happen to me, I'm not sure. Chances are it did happen to me several times. I am so not good with growing seeds. So this will make it easy. And it's tall too, so the plants will have space to grow for a little while. I could grow almost anything in this. Annuals for the garden. I can start some vegetables in there. It has to get pretty tall for this little dome for the plant to outgrow it. I think that's wonderful. Most domes that you see are maybe about 2 inches high, maybe 2.5 inches. This one's at least 5 inches tall. So that's wonderful. I can't wait to try it. So what I'm going to do, I've got this water tray. I'm going to, well, I'll bring the camera down. I'm going to plant the seeds in the peat moss mixture with perlite, and then cover it up, and then I'm going to fill the saucer with water and let the water soak up from underneath. I don't want to overwater these guys, but I want to make sure that the soil stays moist. They also want to have warmth. So if you have heat mat, you'll want to probably use a heat mat. You want to keep the temperature around 25 degrees Celsius. That's for optimal germination. Sorry, I'm so excited, I'm tripping over words. So yeah, I can't wait to try this out. Instead of using, I've got heat mats over here, but I was over at my cable box the other day, and I put my hand on top and it's quite warm. Not hot. But quite warm. So I think I'm going to take these upstairs and I'm going to put them on the cable box. Plenty of space for the cable box to breathe, but I'm going to harness that warmth that I'm already paying for. It's already running. Rather than plug in a heat mat that I don't really need. I only need to warm up this one pot for now. As the spring gets closer, I'll probably start growing some seeds, and at that time I might pull out a heat mat. But for just one pot, I'm going to utilize the cable box. Anyway, come on down closer. We'll open up the seeds and let's get planting. Fingers crossed these ones work. The only seeds that did sprout were from Brad, and you've seen them before. Ooh, there we go. You've seen them before. It's the Cape Sundews, the Drosera capensis. They're doing really, really well. They've got all kinds of droplets of dew on there. I see that there's some fungus gnats in there. I'll need to get in there and divide those out at some point in the springtime. I'm just nervous because when they get all sticky like that, they get all gross. Gross on your fingers, gross because all the soil gets stuck on them and they just look gross. Oh, put those back up there. Okay, so come on down. Enough with me rambling. I'm sure you enjoy it, but I just want to get to planting. Alright. Here we go. This is again the a little bit closer of what we're dealing with here. It's got the little vent hole at the top. Again, $2 for 3. You can't go wrong. I was going to buy 2 packets, so having 6. I was thinking about growing annuals for the garden in them. I like to plant things in a bigger pot than the little seed trays, because seed trays sometimes you need to repot really, really soon. But this will allow space. So what I'm going to do, I usually have a piece of paper towel or something on the bottom, but because I'm going to have this in the water tray, I shouldn't need to worry about soil coming out the bottom. I'm going to fill up the pot, leave about a centimeter of soil, a centimeter of space from the top of the pot. Woohoo! We're using all the mix. I'm just firming the soil down. When you're dealing with watering from the bottom, you want to make sure that the soil is snug in the pot. That way the water can be sucked up. Capillary action at work, or capillary action, however you want to say it. So basically it's going to sit in there like that. Wonderful. So here's, let's open up this bag. I hope that they don't fall everywhere. Do I have some scissors or a knife around? Nope. There we go. Being very careful. For one, I don't know what the seeds look like. I think that there are these little black things on there. If you guys are seed experts for Venus flytrap, you'll have to let me know if those are the seeds. Could be dirt from my fingers. I don't know. So I'm going to just sprinkle these around. Try to space them out. And from what I read, you should see these guys grow if they're given enough heat. In between, probably about 2 weeks, you should start to see some growth. So I'm just going to throw a little bit of moisture in here so that the seeds have good contact with the soil. Some of you have been asking where I get the little heads for my water bottles. These I actually got from one of my friend's stores. They don't have this anymore, but I've seen them at Lee Valley. If you go to leevalley.com, you should be able to find those. They come in a set of 4. There's a few different types that come with the set, but I find them to be very, very helpful. Sometimes you don't want a big stream going all over your plants. You just want something small, and you can kind of, with this, you can kind of choose the pressure that you're watering with. I find them very handy, especially with seedlings. So check that out. I think I've also seen them at Walmart. I'm also going to just sprinkle a little bit of peat moss, ever so small, over the top. Just a dusting. And then I'm going to take a little lid and pop it on there. And then we're going to put it on top of the, like I said, the cable box. So anyway, stay tuned. Hopefully in a month I'll be able to show you that I've got some seedlings. Stay posted with my Facebook feed, because if I do see any sprouts, I probably will take a picture of them before I make a video of it. So stay tuned, alright? Anyway, happy growing, everyone. Hope your Saturday is a good one, and I'll talk to you guys soon. It's as simple as that. Oh my gosh. A bunch of you say how easy I make orchids look to grow, and it really is easy. But I say